What's up, folks? Welcome back to the channel. I'm not gonna lie, it's been a very busy week for me, and I have not done nearly as much as I would like to have done content-wise. Also, most of my friends are in Montreal right now for the Super Slam World Premiere, so today we're just gonna kick back and crack a box and talk about the weekend, and yeah, chill and open some packs. So without further ado, let's go ahead and rip and yap. I've got the nice new Tough Nut playmat, thanks to LSS for sending me that along with the preview card. And today we are going to be opening my favorite set, which is Rosetta. This is the first set that came out after I started playing. I love all of the heroes in it. Aurora is my favorite hero of all time. And yeah, there's actually still plenty of cards I am looking for in this set. I mean, the hits in general are really good. The Majestics are really good. Felling, Plow, Gone in a Flash. And then I'm still looking for a bunch of Marvels, actually, from this set. I have the Aurora Marvel, but I want all of the other adult heroes. I would love the Briar, obviously the Rosetta Thorn. Sigils of Brilliance I would love to get my hands on. So this is just a fun set to open. And then, as far as story time goes, this past weekend I attempted to play in a 1K Super Armory, which unfortunately did not fire. That was frustrating. So the story of that is there is a local tournament organizer, great folks by the way, and this is no shade to them, this is hopefully just like a learning moment for everybody. They run so they run local Magic the Gathering tournaments, sort of AGE style, just like big 10Ks and all that. So they were running one of those this past weekend and decided to try and fire a foil Arcane Polarity. They decided to do a 1K Super Armory for Flesh and Blood alongside of it. I think the big issue was that it was not perhaps advertised as well as it could have been. So I think a lot of folks weren't aware of it. And anyway, I show up on Saturday morning, ready for this 1K Super Armory, and there are 3 people there. I think it needed 16 to fire, so 3 of us showed up, and we waited for a while, and we were like in the local Discords trying to get in touch with people. And it seems like a lot of folks would have showed up if they knew that it was happening. There was like a big crew from, ooh, okay, so this is exciting. You might not notice until I hold it up. Let me grab a regular foil. So here is a regular foil, rainbow foil. But here, this is also technically a rainbow foil. But as you can see, the bordering is foily and it almost looks like a cold foil, but it's not. So this box is going to have some of these like, I guess, accidental extra foily cards, which is really cool. And you can get like all of the Majestics there. In fact, Summer just pulled a Felling of the Crown with this foiling treatment, and it is gorgeous. So back to the 1K that never was. 3 of us show up. That's obviously not enough to fire. One of the judges is like, hey, I can mental block. All right, we got a Majestic. Ooh, and the foil unsheathed. That's pretty sweet. Let's go Kasai. Neat. One of the judges is like, well, I can at least make 4 people so that we can fire something. So we did the regular buy-in that it was going to be for the 1K, $30, and then it was just $5 per loss and $10 per win in store credit, and we just did a round robin with the 4 of us. Plus they gave us all the promos that they were going to give out for the event. So was it a 1K? No, not even close. But it was still, I don't know. It was good games, I guess. Like, the people that did show up were good players, so I got to play good games anyway. And I don't know if this makes it better or worse, but I went 3-0 on Fang, and I was feeling locked in. So I'm like, man, if this 1K had fired, I feel like it was my day. But unfortunately, that did not happen. Is this another? No, this is just a regular rainbow foil. I couldn't tell if that was the extra special fancy foil. So that was disappointing, and I also like took a half day at work because of it. Like somebody at work was like, hey, I can switch and give you the later shift, and it was a Saturday, and as I've mentioned before, I'm a bartender, so that's like my most lucrative day. Ooh, another fancy foil. It's just a yellow vantage point, but it looks so dang cool. So the Eevee was not great on that little super armory thing, but we went and played some good games, had a really good day on Fang, and now I have not much else until, oh boy, we got the Majestic Acilio. Not the Marvel, though. That's what I'm looking for. The next, important thing, I guess, besides ProQuest season is going to be Philly for Worlds, but that's an LL calling, and I am unfortunately not qualified for Worlds, so I'm not playing the main event. So there's not, a ton of CC for me to be worried about right now. Damn it, why is this yellow? It's the alternate foil, and it's electromagnetic somersault. Ugh, if this was the red, I'd be so hyped right now. But it's the yellow. Unfortunate. And they are restricted in LL, so not even Starvo can abuse those. So that was basically my weekend, and now we've got a top 10 video coming out soon. I don't know if I'm putting out this or that next. That is mostly edited. I just have to put some overlay on it, but like I said, another unsheathed. Interesting box. So we've got a top 10 video coming out. I'm doing these little box openings, which is just a fun and easy little interim way to catch people up on things and also rip packs, which is my favorite thing in the world to do. And other than that, we're just, Vaporized Shock. Another M. We've got Amy doing a bunch of gameplay, which has been awesome. I am in talks with some other Magic the Gathering folks to get them on to try and analyze some Flesh and Blood cards like we've done before. I have a lot of plans, but holy crap, I was not fully respecting how much of my time this channel was going to consume. And as I keep reiterating, I love every second of it, but it has definitely consumed me in a large capacity. So I'm trying to avoid burning out, because I don't want to do that. That's the last thing I would want to do, is ruin this awesome little thing that we've got going here. So the last 3 days, I didn't really do anything video related. I put out the Battle Hardened Chicago video on Tuesday, and then Amy put out some gameplay a little bit after that. So I felt like it was okay for me to take the weekend to just kind of kick it. We got a fancy foil tongue-tied. Not the most exciting hit, but it is there. And so, yeah, I did nothing YouTube-related the past couple days. I played a bunch of Nintendo Switch. I have a massive backlog of JRPGs that I've been trying to get through, so right now I am grinding Xenoblade Chronicles Remastered, or Definitive Edition, or whatever. That game is crazy good. Anybody who hasn't played it and likes JRPGs, you should definitely play Xenoblade Chronicles Definitive Edition. And we've got Super Slam coming out soon. Once again, Fang did not get a real card in the expansion slot, but Kasai is looking very good, so unfortunately I might have to high voltage try and open and or acquire a stupid Riches of Tropeldani, which is unfortunate. KO also looks like, old KO, Armed and Dangerous, looks like he is eating this set. He's got so many good cards, so a lot of interesting stuff going on in Super Slam, and I hope it actually has an impact on the meta. It would be cool if Brutes and Guardians could be playable. Pleiades looks sweet, and also that friggin' uber-duper Marvel that they revealed, the blue and silver shiny one, that is crazy. That card looks dope. But yeah, I'll probably pick up the Pleiades Armory deck and maybe try that hero out. I'll see what all I would need to acquire, because I'm not exactly planning to open a whole bunch of the set. I shouldn't be opening anything right now. I should be saving my money for Philly, but I needed a little retail therapy this weekend, so here we are. And, Succumb to Temptation. That's a pretty good one. A lot of M's in this box, at least. But no L's and no friggin' Majestics so far. Unfortunate. I did play Briar at the LL ProQuest Plus last weekend, and that was very fun. It felt like I was playing Aurora again. My god, do I miss playing Aurora. That deck is cracked, and Skyward Serenade is super duper cracked in that deck. That was very fun. I had a turn against a CYB Florian, which I still lost. I think I made a couple misplays, but turn 0, I went first. Ooh, is this fancy full foil? Yes. Okay, this is sick. So this is the extra uber duper foil, and it is a null shock. All right, that is an awesome hit. Holy crap, that looks so good. Can I focus? Yes. That looks crazy. I bet Adam's gonna want this. Fire. Excellent. Right. Briar. Turn 0. I have a hand of Burn Up Shock, Skyward Serenade, NIMBY, and the hell was the other card? I don't know. I don't remember anymore. Point is I ended up hitting with the stupid friggin' Burn Up and leaked them a whole bunch of damage on turn 0 because there was like Embodiment of Lightning, get a Skizzic, give it +1, but then use the embodiment on the NIMBY to go get the Nimbalism. It was sick. That was a very, very cool turn. So I enjoyed playing that deck, and I'll probably play Briar in the Calling in Philadelphia because it's the closest thing to Aurora that I can do. Last pack, Magic. We already got a pretty cool hit, so I'm not too mad at the rest of the outcome of this box. Cold Foil Flash of Brilliance. I'm pretty sure I have that already for Basilio. All right, the hits were decent, though. We got Crazy Foil Null Shock. We got Foil Unsheathed, Regular Unsheathed. Succumb's pretty good hit. Mental Block's a pretty good hit. And a whole bunch of fancy Uber foils, which look crazy cool. So that was the story of my weekend. This was a box of Rosetta on the Tough Nut playmat. And I'm Brian Hoffman with Smashing Good Team. Please do subscribe to the channel for more good content that's not just slop box opening content. 10% off a Codex Journal with promo code SMASHING10. And as always, have a great day.